Adventures of Sonic Episode 9, Momma Robotnik's birthday. It's really creative that they had the guts to have an official mother for Robotnik. Right away, her walking around has the effect of a giant elephant stomping around, unrealistically. Coconuts calls Robotnik in a panic, and Robotnik gets crushed by falling machinery. No, of course not, he's somehow fine. Somehow, Momma Robotnik was able to walk straight through a horizontal bar, destroying it on her way to the fortress. I can only assume that she's a cyborg like Robotnik. Robotnik's scared of his own mother. Well, that explains why he turned out the way he did. His mother's mad at him. She escaped Moe's insane asylum, because there's only one, because of her rotten son, so we can celebrate her birthday with him. Why would you want to spend time with him? She says she wants the Mobius National Park destroyed because it blocks the view from her bedroom window or something. So that's where he gets it from, but it doesn't make any sense with her either. I like that she scares the robots into running away. So this Robotnik has a proper explanation for why he turned out so messed up, I guess. Not better than Fleetwade's, but it's more sympathetic. Tails says with lackluster acting that the robots are poisoning the trees. I'm reminded of Scourge when Tails has to ask Sonic why he's not doing anything about it. Sonic grabs the arms of giant machines and puts their arms in their mouths, making them explode. Well, maybe not their arms, but whatever. Sonic tricks Scratch in a disguise again that he has no reason to have, so he can go inside the head of the robots and destroy them, pretending to be a repairman. These scenes are always so tedious, they should have no reason to believe this isn't Sonic. Scratch gets sprayed with green gas by their own giant tree killer robots. When Robotnik asks if he has to do everything, when he barely does anything himself anyways, I was reminded of Snively from No Brainer, and I missed him. Robotnik briefly gets stuck in the mud, but somehow he's able to talk just fine despite his head being under it.
Yes, we showed him, right, Sonic?
Again, you didn't do anything! Why have him say that line? Grounder makes annoying sounds as he watches footage of Scratch storming into a village in a giant machine. Sonic tricks Scratch with another disguise using a microphone, telling Scratch that he'll win a limousine. Robotnik tries to warn Scratch that it's really Sonic, and predictably he doesn't get the chance to. It's frustrating because the way it's framed, it looks like he arbitrarily stops talking before saying the name of Sonic for several seconds so Sonic could throw a knife to cut the phone line. Grounder opens the door and they get flooded away by a bunch of water. Why was that water there? Momma Robotnik starts running after her son with an umbrella, trying to swing it at him, saying he can't do anything right. Then out of nowhere, we see Momma Robotnik crying right after she revealed herself to be an abusive mother. Great writing and brilliant writing would have it so that maybe she was feeling guilty over how she can't control her temper and so she attacks her own son. But of course that's not gonna happen. Her tears just come out of nowhere. Tails thinks Robotnik turned himself into a girl at first, but doesn't figure out it's his mom for some reason, even though she has the same eyes. Momma Robotnik is crying because her son apparently used to be wonderful but became evil. This is in complete contrast with the way she acted evil earlier, trying to get a park destroyed. Supposedly, when Robotnik lost his favorite toy when his family moved, he turned evil forever. Never mind that he was a baby back then, and babies can't keep long-term memories. I hope that she's lying about everything just to trick Tails and Sonic into going into a trap. And she was, good. I guess she worked up some tears by thinking of something that made her sad. I'm impressed that we actually saw the words written on the letter Sonic's holding, and not just stupid scribbles. Sonic goes after Tails, realizing he's in trouble, and he takes a sample of chili dogs, but predictably the chili dog salesman is evil and sends a cauldron with legs after him. Why didn't Coconuts poison the chili dog? You idiot! He deserved the screw up. What a moron! Seriously, if the villains can get food to their worst enemies, it has no reason not to be poisoned. Sonic effortlessly wins, and Coconuts is still able to talk as a head because he's a robot. Are the vocal cords in the throat though? I mean, he's talking with a mouth. Grounder sends a boulder at Sonic and he pulls out a trampoline out of complete nowhere, sending the boulder at Scratch. You know, at least in Sad AM they bothered to explain why everyone who has stuff has them. They even bothered to give Sonic a backpack for his ring. Once again, Tails is kidnapped and tied up. Has he done anything useful? I forgot. If Momma Robotnik's supposed to be worse than her son, why didn't she take over the world? If Robotnik drove her away, why did she ever come back? A fence is electrified, and the supposed toy Robotnik turns into a two-headed bear robot, which has super strength. If it had attacked Sonic right away, instead of wasting time, maybe it would have had a chance. It grabs Tails again. I swear, he's like Princess Peach, and she gets way more shit for this. Then the bear gets electrified, and Robotnik actually gets panicked and begs Sonic to help it because it really is his old teddy bear. A psychopath like Robotnik wouldn't care about a teddy bear when he's trying to threaten the world all the time. Momma Robotnik says no son of hers will promise to be good and starts hitting him with an umbrella. Why wasn't Child Services called on her a long time ago? Out of nowhere, well maybe Robotnik called them ahead of time, she is kidnapped by people in white clothes to be brought back to the home. Out of nowhere though, the van comes back so that the woman can hit Robotnik with an umbrella. I guess the people in the van that Sonic called up hated Robotnik just as much as she did to agree to do that. Then in the Sonic Says message, Sonic tells the audience why trees are good. Okay, so if this show is fine with an environmental message, why isn't Robotnik the polluting industrialist he's supposed to be, instead of wasting a huge amount of time on traps for Sonic? He can do that while he's polluting. Sadie and Robotnik managed. Sure, his mother wanted him to destroy a national park, but that's as far as it goes, and none of his other plans have made sense. This was an excellent episode. I just love the fact that they bothered to give a proper explanation, even if it's only implied, for why Robotnik is so messed up. Because his mother is even worse. She even wants him to destroy a national park just because. Sadly, not only did Tails get kidnapped again, but the fact that she gets taken to a home in the end. But then how'd she escape? She can even command authority over his own robots and basically be the de facto leader at that point, when Scratch and Grounder shouldn't be programmed to be able to defer authority to her. I loved seeing how she treated someone as evil as Robotnik, taking him down a peg and making him almost sympathetic, except not really. It's odd that an episode in the comedy show bothered to show such a dark concept as an abusive mother domineering over Robotnik, but I guess they thought it was nothing but a joke because she's not his father, and she hits with an umbrella and not something worse.